My name is Darren. I'm one of the marketing coordinators with BCIT School of Health Sciences. And it is my pleasure to welcome you to this information session. It is a food technology full-time diploma program. And I want to say how happy we are to see you all and thank you for attending the presentation today. I'll say right away that we will address as many questions as we can near the end of the presentation in the Q&A segment. But you're welcome to post your questions into the chat during the presentation whenever you think of them. And please, if possible, keep your microphones and videos turned off until the Q&A near the end, just to reduce connectivity issues or distractions. Everyone's got a cat on their desk these days. Let's just move along here. Before we get started, I just want to mention that the British Columbia Institute of Technology acknowledges that our campuses are located on the unceded traditional territories of the Coast Salish nations of Squamish, Tsleil-Waututh, and Musqueam. Our agenda for today is welcome and introductions. We're almost done that. Then we have some polls to do. It's not on the list here, but there's just a couple of quick polls to find out where everyone's from and a little more about you and see what you know. And then we're going to do a video, presentations and the program overviews. And then we'll have some time with program advising. And at the very end, we'll do a Q&A for any questions that you have. So actually, before I introduce, I'm just going to pull up the first poll. What does a food technologist not do? Jennifer, do you know the correct answer?
Which of these that they may not do?
Yes.
It's the recommended diet for an elderly patient with diabetes.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
So nice to meet you, everyone. I'm Jennifer Elliott. I'm the Associate Dean for the Lab and Allied Health portfolio. And I have food technology is in one of my programs. And we're going to start off with a short video link to let you know a little bit more about the program.
Great job.
We have been making wines, and today we finally get to bottle it and drink it and have different flavors that different groups made. I chose food tech because you get to learn everything about food, which is like so exciting. I love being at BCIT and being part of this program.
Basically, food technology helps students work with food manufacturers to make food that is safe to eat and is of high quality. So here at BCIT, we teach the food technology students how to develop and implement the food safety and quality systems that are going to run. And we also teach them the various test methods for supporting those food safety and quality programs. Students that graduate in food technology work with food safety programs, and so they're trained to develop and implement them. These are very significant programs now for the food industry. And so our students are really capable of carrying those programs on and expanding them.
At the packaging line, we have to make sure that the product is at its highest quality and also that we're producing at the most efficient rate. So I love my job because I get to control the quality of the product and to meet the highest standards. When I started in the food industry, I realized that what I learned in the program actually is what I'm going to do. So you're prepared for the job.
The best kind of student for food technology is somebody that really cares about food. So somebody that might like to experiment with food, producing it and working with it. Just being that close to the food that we're producing, it really makes you feel good about what you do for a living.
So if you're thinking about the food technology program, we've got two programs. We have a diploma program, and we also have some part-time studies programs. And if you're thinking about whether food technology is for you, we generally look for people who are curious about science. We need people who are very process-oriented and accurate, because everything you do needs to be quite precise in the food industry. You need to be self-sufficient, because You may be quality control in a food plant, and you may not have somebody giving you direction along the way. You may need to develop processes for the plant, and you need to develop inspection processes and ways to oversee things. You'll need to be able to work independently, but you're also a part of the team. So if you're working in a manufacturing plant, you're one member of the team. You've got people who are developing products, or you may be helping with that. You've got different business people in the organization, and you need to work with them to help the food industry ensure that you're maintaining the quality and safety that are required for food products. And there can be sometimes a lot of pressure in this work. Definitely, we look for people who have keen observational skills and manual dexterity, because you will be working with your hands a lot, manipulating different instruments. Next slide. So what do you need to get into this program? You need high school English, math, and chemistry. You need to have an ability to work in the sciences. And we want people who are passionate about the food industry. We want the best, most successful people are people who want to ensure that the food that we're eating and that our friends and family are eating is the best that it can be. So quality products, safe products, and packaging that ensures that things are kept to the correct standards. Next slide. So here's a bit of an overview of our program. Our food technology program at BCIT trains students in the basics of food technology. This includes food processing, quality control, food testing, and analysis. And so when we say food testing, one of the things you need to be aware of in the food industry is you oftentimes need to sample the food. So if you're working in a tofu plant, you may sample the tofu and just to ensure the quality. We've had different grads who've worked in the wine industry, and part of being involved in a food manufacturing plant is you do need to test the products as well. This is a 2-year full-time diploma program, though we do have a part-time studies program as well. Our program is a combination of lectures and labs that provide you with the theory and hands-on experience. So we have a big lab set up at BCIT that has many of the devices that you would encounter when you're out and about in the food industry. And we also have an industry-sponsored project, and this allows you to apply what you've learned to a real-life situation with a company. Next slide. What is the career outlook? Most of our graduates get work within 2 months of graduating. There's fairly high demand for this in the industries. And it ranges. You could work for a big multinational company, or you could be working as a food technologist in a small mom and pop business. Wherever there's a need for safe food production, there's a need for food technologists. And with applied work experience in the field, you'll have the skills that our employers are looking for. Next slide. So here's a bit of a some profile with some of our previous grads. So I believe, and Erin could speak to this more clearly if she was here, we had one of our graduates from the program actually started this company. So it came up with a conceptual idea while they were at BCIT, and they did some test work, and they ended up developing this product. And I believe this is a tempeh, or is it a soy product? I'm just trying to read the thing. It's with something with peas. Anyhow, they came up with the idea during an industry project, and then after graduation, they created their own company. So you're not limited to going and working with somebody. If you have business ideas or things that you want to do in the food industry, this program will give you the skills you need to help conceptualize that on your own. Next slide. So what does the admission look like? I'll pass it over to Gabriella, who can give more specifics about what we require.
Thank you, Jennifer. And thank you, Gabriella.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon. I am Gabriella Nava. I'm a program advisor here at BCIT, and you can connect with program advising whenever you are having questions regarding program entrance requirements, how to upgrade in case you need to upgrade to meet all the entrance requirements. We are very happy to assist you with any questions that you may have. Tonight at the Q&A part of the the meeting. If you have some questions, I'll be very glad to assist you. However, if you have more specific questions, I would encourage everybody to connect with us via email, over the phone, or on a virtual information session as well. Next slide, please. So what are the entrance requirements to get into this program? It is very important that you make sure that you have completed all of the entrance requirements that you see in this slide. English, chemistry, and math. And chemistry is chemistry 11th, math is pre-calculus 12, and of course English is also English 12. Next slide, please. Here's where you see the start dates of the program. So we only have one start date for this program, and it's once a year, every September. So the next available intake will be September of 2022. And we start accepting applications October 1st of every year. So we have already started to accepting applications since October 1st, 13 days ago, and we will continue accepting applications until all the seats are taken. So this program accepts applications on a first qualified basis as long as the space remains. You can also see the qualities of a successful candidate for this program and also for this profession. Very important, as you can imagine, that you have strong communication skills in all aspects of communication skills, including speaking, listening, reading, and writing. It is very, very good to have analytical work, to be interested in analytical work. Attention to the detail, it is a must. Strong decision and making and problem and solving skills, incredibly important. And of course, teamwork is very good if you have people skills for this profession and for this program itself. Next slide, please. So what happens when you're ready to apply? You can connect with BCIT if you have any questions about the application process. However, it's very straightforward. So you need to review that you have all the entrance requirements, that you have at least the minimum requirement grade, because if you don't, please make sure that you upgrade if you need to, and give yourself some time to upgrade, because even though we accept applications on a first qualified basis, as long as the space remains, and we start accepting applications on October 1st, and the intake is September, you don't want to leave this till the very end, close to the start date of the program. So if you make sure that you need to upgrade, go through all the upgrading necessary, and then you can apply. And to submit your documents to demonstrate the entrance requirements, it is required that you gather all your documents and all the transcripts and all the additional documents that you need to upload, and you have to convert them all in PDF files to upload them into our online application. And for you to know what are the steps to apply, please just visit bcit.ca/apply, and you will learn step by step what it is that you need to do. And what happens after you have applied to this program? The admissions department will let you know of receiving your application within 2 business days. They will be reviewing all applications, and they will be accepting applicants on a first qualified basis, as I mentioned. And it takes about 2 to 4 weeks for you to learn if you were accepted into this program. So we really appreciate if you're patient and just wait. All communication will be sent to you through your email that you have to create through BCIT. Next slide, please. So BCIT really focuses on supporting students. Once you are accepted into the program, it is very important for BCIT that all students are successful and get support through different areas. BCIT is committed to providing assistance to students with permanent and temporary disabilities through our accessibility service department. We also have a counseling and students development department that will help you to make sure that your performance is at the level that you need to be successful. And they offer virtual and over the phone appointments right now. And each department will be moving forward to determine how our services will be offered in the future. Once we have the green light from the government, there will be more services that are offered in person. If you are from an indigenous background, BCIT Indigenous Initiatives are here, excuse me, to ensure that you have a smooth transition into your first year. They offer peer-to-peer mentorship and a very welcoming gathering place to provide clarification on Indigenous funding options. BCIT also offers a student health services where these services are offered through our health clinic located in our Burnaby campus. They offer medical appointments. Right now, they are both on the phone and virtual. And again, it is very likely that they will be open to in person as soon as we get the green light from the government, the Health Canada. So I encourage you to review also BCIT's award scholarships and bursaries that are listed on our financial aid and award webpage. We have a service dedicated to financial aid. Very strongly recommended that you take a look into financial aid. I will be posting the link where you can get this information. And we also want you to be active, so we offer recreational services. We have a beautiful gym with great equipment. We've been offering virtual workout sessions and many activities, in-person activities will also be opening in the next little while. Next slide, please. So here is how you can connect with a program advisor. We offer different services so you can connect with us and ask us questions regarding this program through entrance requirements, through how to upgrade, and different topics about the specific program. You can connect with us over the telephone. You can connect with us virtually on drop-in sessions. And also in person, we are offering now in-campus drop-in sessions, or you can email us from the comfort of your home with any questions that you may have. Next slide, please. Also, very important, you can connect with us on Facebook, through Twitter, through Instagram, LinkedIn, and I highly recommend to you to check the wonderful videos that we have through the YouTube channel at youtube.com/BCIT School of Health Sciences. You can see many different videos that will allow you to have an idea of different programs, and you will have a better idea of how it would be for you to belong to BCIT. Next slide, please.
Okay, that brings us to the end, well, not to the end, to the questions and answers segment.
Yes, that's right. Here we are.
So I'm going to try to pull up the chat. I'm not sure if anyone's keeping an eye on it. I have too many windows open.
I don't see
Okay.
any questions so far.
Okay, well, if anyone has any questions, I'll give you just a couple of minutes to think of them and put them into the chat, and we'd be more than happy to answer what we can.
Absolutely.
And if nobody puts any questions in, we'll all get the gift of time and we can cut out early, but it would be great to answer some questions.
And if you're shy to answer questions, oh, here's someone.
Hi.
All right.
Yeah. Hi. Thank you for all the information. Has been really interesting for me. My name is Victoria. I'm from Mexico, and I have a specific question to ask. So before I applied, I've been talking through email with one of the program advisors, and I just have one question. Since my studies were in Mexico, I will have to get validated here by a certified translator here, or like all the courses that I have, which ones are math and chemistry, right? But I will also need courses outlines. For that question, my principal doubt is, for that, will they need to be also translated by a certified translator here, or can I just, like, for my university, or how could that work?
Actually, if I would like to answer that question. Sorry, I didn't get your name.
Victoria.
Victoria. Hi, Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria,
Hi.
this program is not requesting for entrance requirements anything related to post-secondary education. So the entrance requirements that you see on the website, on the entrance requirements of this website, is actually at a high school level. So what I suggest you to do, if you go to the to the entrance requirements webpage, right below the chemistry 11 requirement, there is a line in a blue font, pardon me, that says read more about how to meet BCIT's entrance requirements. And if you click on that line, it will prompt you to more information where you can now get equivalencies of your country. So if you click the equivalencies of your country, it will indicate to you what is equivalent through high school. So you may have already what it is required for this program. And if you have any questions, I'm going to post here at BCIT again the website where you can connect directly with us if you have more questions after you try that. And if you have further questions, please connect with us again.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Yeah, because the courses that I had are from a bachelor degree back in Mexico, so I was planning to use those. But if you're telling me it's just a high school level, so
yes,
I will.
It is at a high school level. You do not need to have an international credential evaluation for this purpose.
Okay, perfect. Okay, great. Thank you so much. That's really helpful. Perfect.
You're welcome, Victoria.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. I see a question in the chat here about how many students are accepted each year. And who would be the best to answer that?
So I'm happy to fill in on this one, and I apologize to everybody who's there. I'm Erin Friesen. I'm the program head for food technology. And I also had a 5:30 Zoom, and for whatever reason, I only saw the 5:30 Zoom, and so was in rush hour on the way home, trying to get home for my 5:30 meeting, and didn't realize that this one actually started at 5. So I can field any specific food technology questions that you have. But regarding how many we admit 23 students a year. So we take the first qualified, so the first 23 qualified students, and they would be offered a spot, and then we maintain a wait list for anybody who registers. And if we happen to be full, we would then contact, as spots come up, those people who are on the wait list.
Excellent. Thank you, Erin. And I wonder if Nancy got her question answered to her liking. Just how many students are usually in the program every year and how many seats are there. I know we kind of answered that. Do we answer the whole question? The two questions?
So usually we have a full intake. The last 2 years, I would say, possibly due to COVID, has been an unusual situation where we have started the year with a few empty seats. So I would say in a typical year, we do take the full 23 students.
Excellent. I see a question here from Alicia. I'm a food tech graduate from the Philippines, and my credential was reviewed by BCIT. Nope. BIT.ca. Maybe there's supposed to be BCIT there. Anyways, as 3-year bachelor degree, what is my next step to get diploma program? I hope that made sense.
I would be happy to answer that question.
Thank you.
Alicia, it is very similar to what the answer that I provided to Victoria just a few minutes ago. The program and the entrance requirements for this program are at a high school level, not at a post-secondary level. Therefore, what I suggest to you is check the equivalencies from the Philippines to see if you have at a high school level the equivalencies for the requirements.
Thank you. Hopefully that answered Alicia's question.
And if you have more specific questions, Alicia, I will give you some more detailed information here directly to you where you can connect with us.
Excellent. There's no more questions that I see at the moment. Does anyone have any last minute thoughts or questions? If not, I'm going to bring up these two contact email addresses. So if you have any program specific questions, I'm sure Erin would love to answer those for you. And if you have more advising questions or like admission questions, then you can contact program_advising@bcit.ca, and an advisor will be sure to help you there.
I see a question just came in with regards to who we consult with. And so this, I guess, is a multi-part question where we have an advisory board, an industry advisory board, and on the industry advisory board, we try and make sure we have a representative from each of the different food sectors, so dairy, meat, fish, and then processing. We also have government who's on our industry advising board. So those are some of the people who would be on our advisory board, but then on a regular basis, we also do industry surveys. So when we go through a program review, which occurs, I think, every 5 years, we then reach out to almost every food company in British Columbia and ask them specific questions to make sure that our content is relevant to the different food industries. And then another question there about the Food Technology Operations Management Program. At the moment, it still is on hold. So if that was something you were interested in, I would say please email me and ask me more questions about that, and I can advise you what alternatives there might be to that program because it's on hold at the moment.
Great, thank you, Erin. Oh, I thought I heard someone speaking there. Did I talk over somebody? No, okay. Okay, last call for any questions from anybody. Going once, going twice. Okay, well, I'm going to start off by thanking Jennifer and Gabriella and Erin for their great presentation and answering questions and answers. And I want to let everybody know that a copy of the slide presentation and a link to the video recording will be emailed out to all the registrants by the end of next week, we're hoping. And just to let you know, next couple of days, there's still more info sessions. If you can find something else that you're interested in, that would be great to attend those. So thank you very much for being with us today, and I wish you all the best. We wish you all the best with your future in health sciences. So
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.
Bye. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks.